Well. Looks like Cervelo is leaving the Shimano train and heading on over to SRAM for the 2023 Pro race season. Could this be meaning that there is a new SRAM group set on the way out? Maybe Cervelo saw it and liked it? Who knows? But in today's video, I'm going to be speaking about why I think Cervelo is going to SRAM, my speculation on everything that's kind of hinting that maybe there is a new revision for this group set coming out, and also the spy photos of some stuff that's been seen. So hopefully you guys enjoy the video and stay tuned. But my first take on this is that Shimano has such a stronghold on all these teams in the Tour de France, or basically in the Pro Tour as is. I think they sponsor majority of like 80 to 90% of the Pro Peloton of Shimano group sets. I can count maybe on my two hands of SRAM and Campy group sets out there. So why would you let Cervelo, that had such a dominant performance in the Tour de France last year with the yellow jersey and the green jersey, why would you let them get outbid just unless maybe SRAM has something that's newer that's coming out and maybe Cervelo saw it and they liked it? I don't know. It's pretty weird. I would think that they did such a good job on last year's tour that Cervelo would be like, hey, we're not going to mess with the winning formula. We're going to stick with Shimano, yada, yada, yada. And this is a real big preference thing. People always say that Shimano is the better of the two. They prefer them. They say it's a faster shift. It's a longer battery. Then we got people on the other side with SRAM saying they have a better gear range. They like the wireless. They like the shifter hoods. It all comes down to preference. But for a big brand name like this to make such a big switch after a dominant season, I think that there might be something in the pipeline. Why do I think this? Let me tell you guys. The SRAM Red 12-speed wireless shifting system has been out for a while now. It's been out, I mean, I know you guys probably don't think this, but it's been out probably 3 years earlier than Shimano's 12-speed. So people always say that the 12-speed of Shimano Dura-Ace is just crisper, it's faster, it's better. But SRAM has had this stuff out for a long time. This is a 2020 Specialized S-Works Venge E-Tap. This came out in 2019. That was literally 3 years ago. 2 gears in the front, 12 in the rear, wireless shifting, wireless batteries. Crazy. I mean, it was ahead of its time. The gear range was great. It was something that was really cool, and everyone was waiting for when Shimano was going to come on board. That being said, it now almost feels ancient compared to the new predecessor of the new Shimano 12-speed. People say it's a little bit sluggish. People say the hood design is a little bit slower. I made a video touching on this a while back, thinking that with the new release of the SRAM Rival Axis shifter hoods, that them being smaller, like so. Me personally, I thought that SRAM had no business of making these smaller because they already had this layout design on the Red and the Force over here. They already had this laid out. Why wouldn't they just take this whole shifter hood and copy and paste it onto the Rival? Because it'll be cheaper. My idea behind this is that they released this Rival to get feedback from the consumers. They wanted to go a little bit sleeker. They wanted to go more ergo. They want to go a little bit more aero. And I think it makes sense. So I think that if they do come out with a new group set, and keep in mind, I don't know this. I have not heard any of this stuff. This is all just speculation. But if SRAM was to come out with a new group set, it would follow the same suit of what this Rival shifter hood is. Smaller, more ergo, and then still have, they'll probably update it by making it more compatible with blips or plugins or something like that, because the Rival is a little bit more base. And then they might upgrade with carbon levers, or they can make it even more sleeker. But I think that SRAM maybe put this out, the Rival group set, as feelers to the industry to see how the consumers reacted to it. I myself, I even raved about it. I said I love the way the new Rival shifters felt. I think it was a big step up from these bigger hoods on here on the Red and also the Force. I wasn't a big fan of them. It comes down to preference. I have people who love them, I have people who hate them. But the Rival itself, I felt like was a nicer step, because SRAM back in the day was known for having the lightest weight group sets. SRAM Red Mechanical was the lightest weight group sets, and they had the smaller shifter hood profiles in the game. And that's what people love them for. And then all of a sudden they just came out with these massive, big, bulky reservoirs and everything like that with the disc brakes. So I think maybe SRAM is going to, again, just speculating here, revise their group sets to make them lighter, make it more sleek, and get back to its roots. And why would I say that, you say? This right here. So this has already been released a little bit ago. This is new details on SRAM's prototype Eagle direct mount derailleur, SL cassette, and power meter chainrings. So if you guys don't know as well, SRAM also has a mountain bike group set that is a very dominant one. SRAM dominates the mountain bike group set. Shimano really isn't to be seen. Again, they don't have a really competitive electronic groups out there. SRAM has been killing it. Their configuration is great. They have a 1x12 group set. Now that it looks like they have a release of an SL cassette and a new direct mount derailleur with maybe even some newer stuff as well. It hasn't been released official to the public, but you can see they changed the chain up. They put some holes inside this chain. They made it a flat top chain, and it looks like they really are aiming to lighten up this group set. And I like this. I don't want to see them come out with a 13-speed group set that's redundant. You don't need the extra gear. I like seeing what they take with the 12-speed, which I feel like right now is pretty much a pinnacle of where these group sets are at. 12-speed is more than enough, capable of climbing up a mountain, and also more than enough of having a top-end gear to go and race on a cross-country track. So I like to see that they took what they had, which was great, a great product, and they're making it better by just making it lighter and better for the consumer. So if they're making these revisions to this 12-speed mountain bike group set, which came out around the same time as the Red Axis, I'm thinking that they're doing the same thing to the Red Axis. And that would be, again, taking what they already had, which is this 12-speed group set here, and making it better. I don't want to see them put a 13-speed group set on a road bike. I'd flip shit. I don't find it good in any ways. But if they took it and they made this 12-speed better, maybe different gear configurations, maybe their cassette's already stupid light, but maybe a lighter chain, maybe a faster shifting, maybe a revision to the SRAM Red hoods. Also, maybe color change, which we'll talk about in a second. People always like different options of colors. But again, I think the big thing is they're going to make the rear derailleur a direct mount for the road. So they're going to take away this hanger system right here. See how this derailleur is on the hanger? This is kind of becoming the new norm. Oh, let me get a sip of water. Okay. This is becoming the new norm in the industry. You see it with the new Shimano stuff. You're seeing everything going to go direct mount hangers. And this is to eliminate this part right here, the part that connects the derailleur to the bike. They're now going to make these directly onto the bike, so that way it makes the shifting more sturdy and more reliable, and you're taking away the weakest part of the derailleur. So I think that they're going to aim to make this a direct mount derailleur, like Shimano does already, and then just maybe make the cage lighter and make this shifter hood more like a Rival, okay? But they're going to swap over, obviously they're going to keep the carbon fiber blade lever, and just make it smaller and more ergo. You can make the cranks lighter, I don't know how. You can maybe put some holes in the chain like they did there, but I think that would be a huge upgrade to them. So work on the cassette to make it lighter, work on the derailleur to make it lighter. I would love to see some firmware and some software updates to maybe make the shifting a little bit quicker. That's the one thing I hear as well. And also I noticed as a mechanic working on bikes is that the Shimano does outperform the SRAM in terms of just feel and overall quality of shift speed. Now, I don't know if you need the shift speed, if that's going to win you a race, whatever. But if you're comparing apples to apples, I would want to know that if I'm buying one over the other, I could do both. I could do whatever I want. Whatever my groups I buy, I could do with the other. So that's what I want to know. Maybe a longer battery life as well to compete with them. But you can see here also, down the mountain bike one, they also changed the clutches and everything like that. That'll be cool if they maybe bring this over to road bikes. But anyways, the whole point behind this is that they are working on a newer rendition of the mountain bike to transfer over. Now, brings me to my next point. SRAM has also been updating their blip system to make it more wireless. So again, I think that they're going to tone down, because the one bad thing about the SRAM Red is that they were so bulky because you needed to have plugins for these Di2 buttons. So now they have a wireless shifter that doesn't need plugins, so you can make these shifters even smaller. And now to this. This was released by one of my guys in my Discord, Mr. Brian. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate this. This is a black chainring by SRAM. Usually we only saw these on pros bicycles, but we go onto his website here. He just said he typed in 5643 tooth chainring, which you're seeing a lot of pros ride on TT bikes. But you can actually buy this, r2-bike.com. You can actually buy this right now. It's available in stock, 5643 tooth chainring to fit on your SRAM bike. It will come equipped with everything you need, the bigger front derailleur, but I think they're going to make a new rendition of colors as well to match it. So why would they release a black chainring all of a sudden when their chainrings have been silver for so long? So this has just recently come out. Comes with a black chainring, you get the front derailleur to work with it as well. So again, I think they're going to take this whole look of this Rival with the all black and sleek. They're going to match it with the black chain rings, and they're going to match it with the black derailleur, and maybe change this whole group set color. People love different colors. They could probably, SRAM could probably even get away with just changing this whole group set to black, and it would sell. But if they come out and say, hey, we took our 12 speed, we made it better, faster, lighter, and boom in your face, Shimano, that's why I think that they're going to come out with a new group set soon. It's been too long. It feels outdated from what it is. We're seeing more and more pro teams, or we're seeing more and more news about SRAM coming into the market. Trek is with SRAM right now for the road scene. A bunch of women's teams are with SRAM, but Cervelo leaving from Shimano to SRAM, I know they say it's about money, but I don't think Shimano will let go of this big of a fish. It doesn't make any sense to me. So I think it's gonna come out. I don't know when, but I think that the shifter hood's gonna be just like these Rival, and I think they're gonna make some lighter changes to it. So, and the direct mount hanger. But let me know what you guys think. Do you guys think I'm crazy? Do you guys think that I'm dumb? I have a feeling that Chainring alone is super hot. That Chainring alone is like this. Let me show you guys this real quick. Hold on. This guy's bike, nation's number one piece. His Corey Williams Shiv S-Works TT bike is so super hot. Oh my god, dude. It doesn't have any chainring on it, I know, but dude, look how fucking hot that bike is, dude. Crazy. But I did see some pros with this black chainring on there, like for the TT bike, more and more people. But let me know what you guys think. Thank you guys again so much for watching. I'll see you guys next video.